Hey, what's up, Mario 22? Alright. Well, first I'm gonna check to see if anyone's hosting a game. This is a closed beta for Mad Chess. That's a no. So I'm not gonna bother doing it myself, I'm just gonna play the AI. So, I'm trying to figure out just how strong aliens are. So I'm just gonna play a few games, give it a shot. Hey, Triz. It is closed beta, so you have to find a link to the Discord, join the Discord, DM the guy who made the game, and get a closed beta key. So no one has this game yet, really. And I'm trying to determine how strong the Aliens faction is. So, right now, most of what I know works is... I know how this faction works already. So, these guys are a bishop, but they only go up to 4, which is a threshold where it's going to be weaker than a bishop by movement. But also, if it captures an enemy unit... no. Yeah, capturing an enemy unit while not causing check gives the other mech the ability to move non-capturing on the same turn. So the mechs get to move together. So you want to open up both of these diagonals as soon as possible, so that if one gets to do something, the other gets to do something as well. Right? The other... your saucer really doesn't change your army strength all that much. It's a queen to 3, which is worth about 7 points out of 10, 7.5. But it artificially raises your ELO by letting you take back a turn or two once per game by clicking on the king when you select the piece. The tripod, when it is a rook to 4, which is significantly weaker than a rook, ish. It's like worth about 4. But if it captures a piece, on your next turn, you get an additional movement. But only the second one of those movements can be a check or a capture, right? So that means, technically, you can capture something with a tripod. On the next turn, make a movement with one of your mechs, and then make an additional movement with the same mech that captures a piece, and move the third mech, all in the same turn. Isn't that great? And I'm assuming that any check or capture ends the turn doesn't override the mech ability. I actually haven't gotten that to work yet. Also, the AI is really dumb. And I mean really dumb. The scout, anytime the opponent moves a piece, in this case they moved the king, I get a movement to 1 that's non-capturing. That's called Mimic. So it allows your knights to reposition really easily. Yeah, like I said, the AI is really dumb. Almost, hilariously so. It's also somehow deterministic, like it almost always makes the same type of move, if not the same move. Like, if you make the same opening every time against the same difficulty AI, it will never do anything different. Each pawn of each faction is set in what they promote to, so the medieval, or the human pawn promotes to a queen, while the alien pawn promotes to a tripod. Check. Okay. Yeah, and see, I don't get an extra move because that was check. Now, next turn, I get 2 moves. But only the second one can be check. But I think I just have damn near mate in 1. So I'm going to utilize my range. Yeah. So what I did there is I made sure not to put him in check with the tripods only having 4 range, and to eliminate that square, and then the queen just went in and finished it. Good shit. Alright, let's play the hard AI, I guess. Oh, it's already on hard. That's disappointing. Now, how strong are each of these pieces? Let's start with the scout. That has a lot of extra movements per game as an opportunity. So I'm going to put that one at a solid 4. This one would be 2.5. But because it has the extra move sometimes, it's probably worth the same as a normal bishop. Yeah, that makes sense. See how it's making basically the same moves? Same mistakes too, same blunders. I don't remember which of these I captured first. I think it was the bishop. Now it castles. I capture the knight. Queen forward. Yep. The AI is not only dumb, but deterministic. I think I captured this pawn because I felt like it. Capture this pawn too, because I feel like it this time. Oh, I'm out of range of that. Yeah, the AI needs to be improved heavily. It's not even a challenge. I'm stupid, but it's okay. Opponent didn't even capitalize. Let's see if anybody's online in Mad Chess. I'm gonna go ahead and ping the balance testers. Ask them what's what. So Scout's a 4, Mech's a 3, Tripod gaining an entire additional turn. This usually happens on average like 5 times per game, so total. 4 would be worth, range 4 is worth 4. Round up because I think I'm undervaluing this. I think these are worth 7 apiece. Maybe 6.5. But they're easily stronger than a normal rook. And the thing is with these types of pieces is they still trade up on the board most of the time in the late game, right? Because A, it has to capture a piece to do this, and B, it wants to gain this value. And every time you gain an extra tempo, it's about 3/4 of a pawn. So you're not doing a whole lot by that. You know what I mean? So if you gain 3/4 of a pawn approximately every time, if you gain 3/4 of a pawn approximately every time, and it happens a few-ish times per game. Well, this isn't that bad. Yep, just hang the rook. Why not? With check. Sure. Sure. Hang the pawn with check. Sure. Hang the knight with check. Oh, should have killed with the tripod. I'm stupid. I wanted the extra turn. Hang the rook with check. Okay, now that I have made the computer look like an idiot again, let's go for the mate. No, you don't get to run. So I'm saying saucer's worth 7. Artificially raises the ELO, so it'll matter more at lower ranks. At higher ranks, it'll do very little. You have diminishing returns on such artificial raising of the ELO as you know what works. The only time you use it is when you go for traps, see if your opponent falls for it or knows a line once per game. So it's kind of like a quick test. It won't do that much. It'll raise your ELO by 1 to 10 at most, at the highest level. So it shouldn't be factored into piece value. Improving your total ELO by 5 to 10 is still somewhat significant. So I'm not going to say it's completely useless, but still. So 7, that's -2. Both tripods worth 7 because in total strength, because you're gaining extra value off of them throughout the game. That's probably too much. Let's put them 6.5 each. So that went from -2 to +3, so it's +1 total. Knights are +2 total, and mechs are the same. So it's +3, that puts them solidly A tier. So yeah, this is an A tier battalion. Determined that in 10 minutes, right before. Alright. Let's see if anybody's live in the Mad Chess Discord. Find an opponent at Balance Tester. I'm looking for some games for my stream. Whoever's watching, if you really want to play that bad, we can hop onto a no rule enforcement board and play matches, but I would have to teach you the rules live, so it's a little bit different from just being able to read it and being forced to use the piece. It's much easier to learn a game when everything's enforced. The game just doesn't let you do it if you can't do it, you know? The hell? I'm wearing a shirt inside out. I was like, why do I feel a string here? Jesus. Okay. Multiplayer, find game, no one's here, create game, 15 minutes, create room. Well, if no one's gonna join, I'm not gonna be able to do anything other than play the computer. So that quick 15 minutes is all you really need. In which case, if I end stream, restart, put it in, yeah. My first reaction was kind of flubbed because I'm not going to put footage where the person I was playing and having a call with had something they really needed to talk about, so that's why that video never came out. Yeah. I'm ending stream and restarting so that I can just link the video in Aliens.